crying, Lord, Lord, give me more time for crying. I've been in this storm so long. Yeah. I'm going to tell them how to get it. All this shit, what that thing out. Come on, it's fine. Back on you. None of this shit. I mean like that. You move out the deal with the practice. Oh, all of that shit. Just like I've been on. You're right now. On that job. Cat on that thing like that. And this just it. Then truly. Then come from where across. Keep weak from out in Buddha. And they carry you up. You get an evil, my deep, my leaking, beautiful, water, yeast, mint, candy, all that other stuff. And cast me down. Like a scientific, Caroline Border thing. Cast me down and put me in a knot. Now, who you do? Now, what we do? How you do? So then they get into the practice. They're going to throw away. But they're not standing. But see, God give you this. Just because they end up with hundreds of ambience and that, all this was but they will be done. So see, we know say, and then pride will make them so. So we're going to break up, come together, put together everything, and then put one side. Because you know in the house, we got that armies, or how they get about what, see how they think like that. They haven't been for evil, but God means for evil. So when that time now, I'm going to claim it. So I want to tell them in the church out of God and things like that. They don't been constant telling them because they're unengaged. The people say they've been. So I want to tell them in church that's so second like the other rest of it. And plus, no, say on the man, the Gullah Geechee Nation. The Gullah Geechee Nation started right up in one in Jacksonville, Florida, and going all the way to Jacksonville and York, Carolina. But when I go to say one of the days, now, because by that time I'm going to get there, I'm going to get the people right. You hear people say, good evening, how are you? Instead. And as a result of coming through the Gullah Geechee Nation, that as I said, starts in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and goes all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, just up the road from New York. People hear people speak like this, and then they say, well, the Gullah Geechee people are gone. Fight back, but hold upon the one thing God give all of we, freedom. So ever we come here, we ain't come here dry long so. Because none of we get here by ourselves. Somebody had to do something for we be here today. Some of we would have been hungry if somebody else didn't feed. Yes, yes. And somebody had the mind for plant theater. And somebody had the mind for plant meadows. And somebody had the mind for plant cukes. We wouldn't have been here. But rather what's in that. If somebody had the mind for freedom, where we would have been at today.
I'm grateful for Queen Quet, who is steady on the battlefield, yes, who travels the dangerous highway, always with the guidance of the Lord, to be her pilot.
Oh, yes.
And I'm thankful just to have another opportunity to stand in the house of the Lord, yes, and tell him how much I appreciate, yes, what he's done for me and my family. Yes. For all the members of the committee, yes, who when I call them, they say they do what they can. Yes. I'm grateful for whatever it is they can do. It means so much to me that people care enough to go behind somebody they don't even necessarily know what it's all about, but something in the spirit tells them this is right. And I can appreciate that. Yes. I'm going to go back a little bit because I want those who are new to our group to get the history of how all of this occurred in Northeast Florida. It was about 2001 or 2. 2001. Went to see Beach Lady, and Queen Quet was there. And as we talked, I began to share with her that the spirit needed a change. Something needed to happen. And we talked about ancestral tribute. Now at this point in time, the word Gullah was not foreign to me, but I didn't apply it to myself. When I heard Gullah, I thought about the Sea Island Singers and St. Simon's Island. That's what I thought it was them, not me. And then when we went out on the curb and started talking, she said, you Gullah too, you Gullah Geechee. And it was like a light went on in my mind that I have a culture, I have a heritage. And then for years I would ask her, well, how do you know? She said, I just know. And then there were little things that would happen, and I'd go, well, we know the same songs, and we cook the same food, and we say the same words in our house. And then it began to make sense to me. This is something that no man can take away from us. It was brought and it stayed in us in Africa. God planted it. And then when we came here, it couldn't be stripped away from us. And so I'm grateful, you know, that I can say, I know who I am. And my prayer is for others to wake up and know who they are. Because it's a blessing in knowing who they are.
Yes, it is. All right, gonna have a pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Everything why be alright until on everything why be alright. Why be alright until on everything why be alright.
Mayor and the City Council of the City of Brunswick, Georgia, proclamation. Whereas Queen Quet, chiefess of the Gullah Geechee Nation, is a Gullah Geechee from the roots of St. Helens, South Carolina, whereas our Gullah Geechee elders recognized through the leadership of Elder Carly Town that the Gullah Geechee on the Atlantic coast should come together as one and be recognized as the Gullah Geechee Nation. Whereas July 2000, the Gullah Geechee people assembled in huge numbers in Sullivan Island, South Carolina, selected and elected Queen Quet as the first Queen Mother, official spokesperson and liaison for the Gullah Geechee Nation. And whereas Queen Quet has spent most of her life teaching the world about Gullah Geechee and their contribution to the world, and whereas Queen Quet was the visionary working with Majority Whip Congressman James Claiborne of South Carolina, sponsoring legislation to create the Gullah Geechee Culture Heritage Corner. Whereas in October, listen to this here. Listen to this here. Whereas in October 2006, a Republican president, President Bush, signed the National Historical Area Act, which included the Gullah Geechee Culture Heritage Corridor, whereas the Heritage Corridor is the only national heritage area out of 37 in the United States to recognize the culture of history of African Americans, especially the contribution made by Africans and African Americans in the coastal area of North Florida, Georgia, Southern North Carolina, and South Carolina. Whereas Queen Quet and all of her traveling, all of her doing for her people. She's a mother, a wife, an author, a mathematician, a computer scientist, a Gullah Geechee historian, and a tireless worker for her people. Now therefore, I, James H. Brooks Sr., as City Commissioner of the City of Brunswick, the Mayor and the City Commissioner of Dubai proclaimed Saturday, August 4, 2007 at Queen Quet Day in our community, urging every citizen to join in this observance, honoring the lifelong contribution of our Gullah Geechee people, recognizing that it is imperative that we make use of the vital resource our Gullah Geechee people have paid for our future. And remember, we be Gullah Geechee, God's anointed people. Yes. Will you please stand?
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.